Hey, D. Kumar here from Host Group Real Estate Academy. I wanted to take a few minutes and explain to you a very popular term, a term that you see on pretty much every real estate exam in the United States. It's a very interesting, popular phrase, and it kind of dovetails into a bunch of different other phrases. And that phrase is the word contingency.
What's a contingency?
Well, a contingency, these things are additional conditions that must be satisfied before a contract can take full force. So there are additional provisions, additional items that have to be sort of checked off. So I'll buy your place, but it's going to be contingent on me getting financing, for example. Or I'll buy your place, but before I can buy your place, I need to sell my place, and therefore I need a contingency that says I have to get the money from my place to buy your place. So contingencies basically are inserted into every single real estate contract that exists. You see them chock full of contingencies. So some of the more popular ones that you see on real estate examinations and in practice are things like the mortgage contingency, which is a very popular one, which protects the buyer's money, their deposit, in the event that a lender cannot provide mortgage financing at prevailing rates and terms. Now, in many suburban markets and in many markets around the United States, because real estate is very hot as of the recording of this, you're seeing a lot of those mortgage contingencies get kicked out. And a lot of buyers apparently are buying cash. They're really borrowing, but they're taking the contingency language out to be competitive. Highly unadvisable. I wouldn't recommend that. Again, talk to your attorneys before you make any brash decisions to see what the effects could be. Another popular contingency is the home inspection contingency, or the inspection contingencies as a catch-all. So this is a group of contingencies that basically are looking towards things like, lead paint and radon and other hazardous materials or other material defects. During these inspections, if things are found they're not satisfactory or in condition that's less than what you bargained for, that you have the right to maybe renegotiate or change your mind, get your deposit money back and leave, drop the deal. Another one for a buyer is the sale contingency, the property sale contingency, which basically says, hey, listen, seller, I want to buy your house. If you accept my offer, I'll buy it, but it's contingent on me being able to sell my existing home to get the money from that property to be able to buy yours. That's the property sale contingency. And then one that you many times will see, these were all buyer contingencies, but one that you many times will see for a seller's benefit on exams is something called a seller's contingency or a sale contingency. And many times what they do is the seller reserves the right to take additional offers, backup offers, and hold them in the event that the buyer's contingencies are getting less and less desirable to the seller. So the buyer starts renegotiating, saying, oh, I'll buy it, but I want this off, take this off. The seller can say, look, we have a backup offer, a very viable backup offer, and we reserve the right to take that offer if the negotiations fail. And that usually kind of corrects the buyer's overextension of them trying to get too much during the negotiation process. Well, anyway, I hope you learned something about contingencies. Check out the infographic and check out the article that we wrote about it. I look forward to having you guys in a tutoring session. We teach all over the country for the examinations for PSI and Pearson. We do coaching for those exams. And we also offer NMLS-approved mortgage loan originators licensing across the United States. And we also in Massachusetts offer pre-licensing and secondary education continuing ed for all of the real estate salespersons and brokers. So I look forward to seeing you maybe in a class or a tutoring session coming up. And please check out our blog. We have tons of cool articles and tons of useful information as you're studying for your exams.